Hi and welcome to this week's video. So this week is a bit of a different one. I decided to buy a trail cam because I wanted to see what animals were living in my garden. So there's so much choice on Amazon. I looked around for a while and decided to go for one which had a solar panel on the top so I didn't have to keep putting batteries in it, and also one which was of highest resolution. This one cost around about £35, so I didn't think it was a bad price as an entry level. So it comes nicely boxed. In the top it comes with the few accessories, USB charging cable, strap and a wall mount. And then we get the camera out, and it's a nice compact size, solar panel on the top. With the sides open. So it takes 4 batteries as well. That's for an emergency if the rechargeable battery stops working. Comes with a 32 gig SD card. And an instruction manual with lots and lots of pages, although a lot of them are different languages. So in the bag is the wall mount. This just screws together and then screws on the back. I'll show this later. So clip it straight across, turn it on, and then I realised it needs to go into the middle, set up, so I just need to set the time and the date. The 4 buttons have up, down, left and right, and OK, so it is pretty straightforward to understand. So I accidentally exited out when I shouldn't have done so. I just found the settings again and put the time and the date in correctly. And then just go for the options. So it has got different resolutions. It wasn't advertised as 4K, so it's a nice little bonus if it does actually do 4K. You can decide how long you want to record for. Obviously it records audio as well, which is nice. You can decide if you want to just do photos or videos or both at the same time, and a few other little options as well. So I'm just going to pop a few batteries in. And then it is recommended that you fully charge before using it, so just plug it in and then leave on charge for a couple of hours. So now it's all fully charged. I'll take the protective covers off the lens and the sensors, put them to the side. And have a little look around. So it's all nice and compact. Mounting brackets on the back and where you can put the straps. Little microphone on the bottom. And we open it up and there's a plastic seal around the edge, so this should hopefully keep it nice and waterproof. USB and SD card slot on the bottom. And then you close it and put the clips across, and this should keep it waterproof, nothing leaking in. Tie strap just goes through the back, and you can also attach this bracket and you can wall mount it outside if you want more permanent. And you can angle it round as well. So we slide it back to the middle, and then you've got the option. You can either pick the camera, 16 megapixel, and slide it across, give it a countdown, and then if you set it to do photos, it'll just take photos. So slide it back to the middle, and then click the video, and then this sets it to the video. And the same again, you'd slide it across, and it'll count down before it'll start recording. So I'm just going to put the strap on it, and I'm just going to attach it to a post in the garden. Thread it through and slightly tighten it, make sure it doesn't move. And then turn it on into the middle, make sure it's working okay. and I'm happy where the position is, so we'll slide it right across. It'll do a 5-second countdown and I'll close it and lock it up, and then we'll leave it and see what wildlife we catch. So come back a little bit later and find I've had a nice little pigeon in the garden eating some bread. And then the wind also picked up a little bit later as well, so you can see camera moving a little bit, setting the trigger off, also making a little bit of wind noise on there. So I decided it looked a little bit grainy, so I'd give the 4K resolution a go. So I left out in the night, and then when I first checked, I thought I had a fox in the garden. And then I realised it was just a dog playing. But then later on I did get some real wildlife. As you can see, I've got a little hedgehog visiting the garden. What I really like is the details at the bottom, so it shows you the time and the date. Make sure you set it correctly. Having the time and date is really handy because you're able to see what time the motion sensor was activated. I'm assuming the temperature is going to be pretty accurate. Also what's left on your battery. And then early morning, I've got a couple of seagulls coming in as well, having a little fight. So to recover your videos, you slide it back to the middle. And then the top button, you just hold it down for a couple of seconds and it will take you to what you recorded. And then you can use your up arrows, go up and down to scroll through what's being recorded. And then when you decide what you want to look at, you can click OK and it will play the video on the small screen. The other option is you can plug it straight into the computer or take the SD card out and then look at it that way. So talking about the SD cards, my first word of warning is you need to replace the SD card that comes with it, as it's just a generic cheap one. So this was on record through the day and I quickly realised that there was a lot of recordings on there. When I tried to open them, it was obvious that most of them were corrupt. Even the ones that looked like they weren't corrupt wouldn't play. So obviously the SD card in there isn't up to the standard that's required. So I recommend popping the SD card out and replacing it with a branded one that you know is going to work a lot better. And then back to a little bit more footage. So started moving the camera around the garden, started putting a little bit of food out as well for the animals. And I'm starting to get a little regular visitor of the little hedgehog, coming and eating the hedgehog biscuits, a little bit of cat food. So it is really entertaining, the kids are loving it, seeing the animals walking around, and thankfully I haven't seen any mice or rats, so that's a nice bonus. Just take into account that you will need to add a decent SD card to it as well, but they're pretty cheap now, to be fair. And a nice little drink too. So overall impressions of the camera, it's really good. The picture quality is really good, it's nice and clear, it's nice that it records so you can hear some sound. The video looked good in day as well as at night, and it does cover a nice wide area as well. For the price, I think it can't be argued that it's a really good, nice setup. So thanks very much for watching a slightly different video this week. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe.